Jeremy
Hello.
and Tim, both from Alpinestars, and this is the amazing new airbag suit.
Yes, which is actually Andrea Dovizioso's race suit for this weekend.
So that means that he's riding with this suit right now, but he isn't because it's here and we're talking about
Exactly,
it.
yeah.
Let's see how big he is. Look at that. It's shorter than Tim.
Tim is not going to squeeze in.
Tim will not fit in the suit. So now, let's talk about this suit. So this is new technology that you guys have been developing over how long a period?
Well, actually since 2001.
Okay.
So nearly 10 years now. We started work on the airbag project because we see that as the future. To give you a very short timeline, we started in 2001 actually researching the airbag itself, the physical system, and then from that we moved into the electronic research because our system is entirely wireless. There's no connection between the rider and the bike.
So you're not tethered to the bike in any way?
Not in any way.
Okay.
No. The system is entirely autonomous. And now we've got to the point where we've combined the two. The actual airbag is in here, as well as all the electronic management and sensing system that we can understand what.
So now, I mean, I haven't seen this thing deploy, but I mean, is it going to be like what you imagine, like the Michelin Man, and you limp up, or what happens to somebody? Like say, and what's going to trigger this suit to inflate? I guess is what it's going to do.
Well, just to explain about the airbags themselves,
Right.
they are installed in this region of the suit here on either side.
Okay.
2 airbags, a little under 2 litres in capacity for the gas that will fill them, and then you'll notice here we have a stretch panel just under the protector, and that just allows the expansion of the suit because the airbags themselves are actually installed within the structure of the suit. We need to have just enough movement within the suit to allow the inflation. But it's not a really dramatic,
so you're not going to like fill up like one of those sumo wrestling guys.
No. And one of the important and unique features of our system is that having inflated, it gives the rider about 5 seconds of full protection. And then it deflates in about 20 to 25 seconds. And if the rider is able to get back on the bike, if they've had a low side accident, slid into the gravel, bike's still running and they can get it picked up and start riding again, the system will reset. And then it has the ability to offer the same protection a second
So it could
time.
reinflate a second. I mean, how many? Okay, how does it do it? We've got to see. Now I'm going to have to come in after, and we'll through the magic of editing, we'll insert things here to make this make sense. So, how does it work? Where's the gadgets?
Okay, the gadgets are. Tim, if you just turn the suit round. If you look in there, there's an electronic sensor in there. And then the sensing wires and the tubes that link the gas canisters to the actual.
I see some LEDs or something there.
Yeah, that's just so that we know when the system is activated and monitoring. So there's a light that will show up here just to show that it's cycling through its analysis. And then once the system is switched on, it's then sensing what is going on with the rider. With a series of accelerometers, sensors, and an electronic management system, basically the suit will understand that the rider is on the bike and is moving at a certain speed, and at which point then it becomes active.
So is there some telemetry with the bike? So it's actually tied.
Not physically. There's no link, or in fact, there's no link in any way with the rider and the bike. But through the vibration of the bike and forward movement, it will know that the rider is riding. And so then it becomes active. The electronics and the airbag system. And if it detects that the rider is in an unnatural position or something abnormal is happening, then in all of the cycling of data that's going on, it begins to question the sensors about whether the situation it finds itself in is normal.
So in other words, if you're upside down, inverted,
yes, and it's cycling through. I mean, the cycling rate for all the data is extremely fast. We're talking about 2 milliseconds for every time it checks its data, and it goes through a series of basically question and answers with the sensors and with the algorithms that are being used to analyze the data that it's receiving, and if it decides that the rider has actually gone beyond the point which we think is normal, it will then decide to activate the system.
Now, are there sensors like, you know, throughout this whole, is this like wired, the whole suit?
Not the whole suit. There are 7 sensors in the system. They are dispersed across the body, and so it's monitoring those all the time. Plus, with
you want to hold it?
No. Sure. Why not? It's too small for me though.
It has accelerometers and various systems within the electronic.
But can we look inside? Is there any secret stuff inside that we can see?
What I can show you from the inside is we can't see the airbags because they're installed in the suit. But I did bring.
Oh, look at this!
Two.
Oh, here we go. Here, now you can hold it again.
Sure.
So, this is the gadget. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. That's what they look like.
Right.
They're installed within the suit, as we said, and these are the tubes that connect it to the gas inflators.
Now, is it like a gas cartridge that's in there? Is it an air compressor? What is it?
So it's a gas cartridge, and we use a pyrotechnic charge to actually launch the system.
And how many inflations is the suit good for? You said it could reload itself one more time.
Yeah, I mean we have two. What we call a dual charge system. So basically 2 charges that allow this to inflate twice. And at the moment we would then have to reinstall the charges. But our system is entirely modular. So the reason we've started with the shoulder and clavicle protection here is because statistically in road racing this area of the rider's body is the most likely to be damaged in the course of an accident. 48% of road racing injuries occur in this area, and also it was, comparatively speaking, a good starting point for the system because, you know, channeling the gas further into the sections of the suit and everything just becomes more complicated. But in future, we have the ability to take the airbags wherever we want in the suit.
And no, so this is what I want to ask you, because I'm sure that everybody that's out there in internet land wants to know, what is the future of this technology, and what does your company have planned for the consumer? Because obviously right now this is not, you know, the average consumer is not going to be purchasing this unless they really have shiny wheels in their bike and lots of money and going to Starbucks or something all the time. Yeah, that's a market.
Right now this isn't available on the market. We're still in research and development. Our plan at the moment is to begin to offer a track version of this probably in about a year's time. There'll be limited numbers at the beginning, but it will be very much racing and track orientated, still looking at protection across the shoulders with the same sort of setup as here now. But in the longer term, 2 to 3 years from now, we envisage a road system, probably not packaged like this, and certainly with more body protection. But you know, this really is the future of protection, and I think there's every chance that in years to come, this will be a common form of protection. And we feel that 2 to 3 years is probably the likely time when realistically there'll be a street-based system available.
If I had a lot of money, Tim, how much would this suit cost me?
That's a great question.
Approximately.
I don't know that I can answer that question, actually.
The truth is that
approximately.
Well, the system probably, when it goes out in a year or so's time for track users, $2,500 for the system on top of the value of the
But
suit.
if I wanted his suit right now, like this one, because obviously there are not many of these around.
No.
So $1, $1,000, $1 million.
No, I think
we'll have to talk off camera for that.
All right,
for the dollar amount.
We've also done plenty of trial inflations with riders and things, so they're not blown off their feet or anything.
So you throw somebody off a bike and they get to land on the ground. Who has that job?
Well, it takes a bit more than that, actually. simulating crashes is obviously not something we can do on a general basis. We did a few simulations in the course of our build-up testing,
right.
But no, most of the simulations have been computer simulations.
So it goes beyond me. Jonathan's running the camera. It's more than just throwing him out of the back of a pickup truck.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. You can't have the Jonathan. No. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Not at all.
And
thank you.
look forward to seeing more fantastic new technology.